When Free as a Bird finally emerged in 1995 as the lead single from the Beatles Anthology, fans across the world embraced it as the return of the Fab Four. Yet behind the studio doors, not everything was smooth sailing. George Harrison, in particular, harbored mixed feelings about resurrecting John Lennon's old demos and reshaping them into new Beatles songs. Paul McCartney later recalled that tensions inevitably surfaced. He explained that while working on the track, he suggested a few ideas that George dismissed. Rather than escalating into open conflict, Paul admitted that George was often right, and the disagreements became part of the creative process. Still, the moments revealed Harrison's sharp instincts and his reluctance to let sentimentality dictate the music. Other reports highlight a sharper edge. According to those who were present, Harrison initially balked at one of Lennon's other demos, declaring in frustration that it was rubbish. When reminded that the voice belonged to John, George is said to have softened, though not without a hint of reluctance. Such reactions underscored his pragmatic approach. To him, not every Lennon cassette was sacred material destined for revival. Perhaps the most telling remark came from Harrison himself, who once quipped that he hoped people would one day do the same with his crap demos after he was gone, turning them into hits. Delivered with his trademark dry humor, the comment carried more than a trace of sarcasm. It suggested that he was never entirely comfortable with the idea of retrofitting unfinished fragments into marketable new Beatles records. Nevertheless, Harrison's contributions to Free as a Bird were essential. His signature slide guitar lent the track its mournful beauty, and he played a role in shaping the arrangement that ultimately carried Lennon's voice into the 1990s. The official songwriting credit, Lennon. McCartney, Harrison's star, acknowledged his involvement, even if his enthusiasm for the project was far less than that of his bandmates. In the end, Free as a Bird was both a reunion and a reminder of the creative frictions that had defined the Beatles since their prime. For George Harrison, the song stood not just as a tribute to John Lennon, but also as a symbol of the delicate balance between nostalgia and artistic integrity.